Get ready to move, get ready to groove. We're bringing the funk, gonna make you move. Life back system, it's time for change.
It is Focus Friday. You have 3 goals today and every single day for the rest of your life. Get up, show up, and never give up. Get your morning routine in order. Get your nighttime routine in order. Do your 7 basic habits every single day. Okay, Focus Friday. This might become a new theme. I thought of it this morning. I was like, I like that. I like it a lot. Like, stay focused. The small victories are what's going to motivate you, but really, truly, dedication and habits becomes motivation. If you don't have desire, dedication, and like it's not even desire, I'll be perfectly honest with you. When you wake up in the morning, who really wants to get up and work out, right? Like the first thing you want to do is go, put the covers over my head and go back to bed. It's about being driven. It's knowing that you have these habits that are non-negotiable. And we're going to talk about those. So let's get started. Okay, you guys. Spiritual goals. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish, you're Catholic, you're Baptist, you're Methodist, born again. It does not matter to me. You need to move where you are called. What does that mean? For me, I was telling you, I am an absolute servant, like 100% servitude. I just want to serve. So I have to make sure I stay active in serving because literally that's my gift. My actual biggest gift, the gift completely is faith. I have so much faith that no matter what, at the end of the day, I know it's going to be okay because my faith isn't a part of something that's much bigger than myself. Your faith has to be the same. Even if you're an atheist, you know that you're part of something. Like there's no way to deny it. So here are 3 little tips for today. Spiritual goals. Find a way to spend time in prayer. Deepen your relationship with whatever that is. As I said, I'm not here to judge or whatever. I will profess mine. Mine is to spend more time with the Lord. I absolutely love learning the Word. It helps me be a better person. It gives me great morals, great values, great virtues, and it's a total win. Plus, it gives me such a good attitude, an attitude of gratitude to get up every single day and serve you guys. And I love it. It's such a win situation. Number 2, find time to do something in your community. For me, it's service in my community. Now, a lot of times mine is through words of encouragement online. Sometimes I get to see people in my community, but not always. And quite frequently, I'm connecting people. So even though I am like a switchboard, I'm not necessarily on foot out there in a physical form helping people, but quite frequently, I'm just always looking for things and ways to help people. So I see somebody who needs like a horse that's sick. I will send somebody to somebody else and say, hey, they have what you need, or a farrier or whatever. Like I'm constantly networking, and that is a form of community service. So that's how Lisa does hers. You have to do what works for you. Now we had Marianne in the group, and she would go to the church, she bakes bread, she does her thing. I know Gina has Tuesday night small groups. We have Christy who goes to church on Wednesdays. We have Felicia who's working with Destiny House. If you'd like more information on that, reach out to her because you might also not be able to be in person or words of communication, but you might be able to do monetary service where you're donating and helping charities, adopting a child in a foreign country or whatever. And I do say that with extreme caution because that can also get sideways. So maybe we should even do that. You guys look into it, you do what you want. Anyways, time and service is huge. How much time and service depends on your budget. So maybe you only have 10 minutes a day. Maybe you have an hour a week. Whatever it is, you have to figure it out. These are 3 suggestions to help you with your spiritual goals. These are goals. I want to do that. Here's the action I'm going to do, and this is how it's going to happen. And believe it or not, in a selfish way, it's very rewarding. It lets you know that everything you're doing is driven for a bigger purpose. And time giving. So any organization, neighborhoods, you guys, in your own neighborhood, you have families that are struggling. You have families that don't have food. You have children that need love and hug. You have abuse going on in your own neighborhood. And I don't care where you live, because some of you live in very affluent neighborhoods and some of you don't. It doesn't matter to me because that does not make you a good person or a bad person. But when you reach out and you give time giving, put together maybe some meat, put together a couple ribeyes, drop it off to a family of 4. That's $100. That's a donation. That is being part of your community. Get involved in where you're at. These 3 things. For Kenneth and I right now, we're doing He actually got asked to help with doing security at churches. So that's something that we're also doing some gardening on. We're getting it, renovated, getting it going, and it's going to be amazing. I'm super excited to be a part of it, thanks to him. And this is something that we are going to be giving back to our community, which is safety, which works out perfect because he's SWAT. He's a retired officer. He has all the qualifications to go in and help people be safe and protect the children. So find these 3 things, just 3 things. If you can attack 1 for 1 month, 2 the second month, 3 the third month, and 3 months from now, 90 days, you're gonna have a different heart about your spiritual goals. Journaling, writing, these are so important. Make a prayer list, a prayer request. For all of you who are praying this morning, you have your pen out, pray Felicia. She needs our prayers this morning that things go not her way, but the way God wants them to go, and that maybe the outcome, she would be blessed from that. So again, prayer list, I'm always getting them sent to me. I am a cleaner. I love to clean all the time. I love to do my stalls, my gardening, and it gives me an opportunity to go through that prayer list and give back to those who give to me. Not just because they give to me. A lot of times I'm praying for people I don't even know, children I don't know, whatever it is. But get in touch with your spiritual goals, write them down, and take action on them. All right, let's talk about these physical goals. You came here because you're obese. You're like, oh, I'm so obese, I'm overweight, I'm fat, nothing works, I'm menopausal, I can't seem to lose weight, I'm 60, I have no libido, I don't like life, I don't like my husband, don't like my children, I don't like people, I hate my job. So much negativity, but we're gonna talk about the physical goals. Okay, first and foremost, you have got to take a look at your body and be very serious about it. You need to focus on your structure, the type of body you are, and from that type of body, we start making changes. But how do changes happen? Changes happen by getting up, showing up, never giving up, being accountable, following the routine, getting on course, and literally put a 1 if you're live and a 2 if you're watching it on replay. I do check these all the time, every day. To be honest with you, there are times I will go back and in my other group, I look and see who watched it. There's like 515 views and 3 people who loved it, liked it, or put a comment. That's crazy, you guys. If you're viewing it, take the time to thumbs up it, heart it, or write a 1. Like literally, what does it take? An extra 3 seconds out of your life to be communicating? Do that, please. I can't even tell you how much it helps me know what you want, what you need more of. You are the Warrior Foundation. You are my tribe. You have put up with me for way too long. And so I do appreciate that tremendously when you come back to me and you're like, oh my gosh, that talk was great. Just the other day, Carmen hopped on there and she was like, this is awesome. You guys, and I know Tammy, I don't know where you are today, but man, I miss you, girl. I need you to get in here and I'm going to reach out to you today. This is what I need from you guys. I need to know that you are doing your healthy habits. Pick 3 non-negotiables and stick to them for 21 days. Then they become permanent habits. After they become permanent habits, then you add 3 more. I don't want you overwhelmed, but for all those people who deal with anxiety, depression, anxiousness, nervousness, it can be overwhelming. I get that. But if you take it slow, you will get going. Once you get that pace and that momentum going, you're gonna start getting the results. And the more results you get, man, you're on fire. You are on fire. I am now back in almost 3 years, and my flame gets bigger every day. It does not burn out. So let's look at what's a non-negotiable. All right, non-negotiables are things that you will not, absolutely positively will not break. Brushing your teeth? I really pray you don't miss brushing your teeth. Flossing your teeth? I hope you don't pray. I pray you don't miss flossing your teeth. Brushing your hair, washing your face. These are non-negotiables. I want you to add to that list 3 more things. At that point, you add 3 more things and then 3 more things and you're like, oh my gosh, is my life just gonna be list? No. It's gonna be accountable. It's gonna get you up. It's gonna get you driven. You're gonna get motivated because action creates motivation. It's not the other way around, and you're gonna feel great. Work it out. Start with 1 or 2 days a week. Preferably, I would like you here 5 days a week. No doubt. It's gonna get you the greatest results. You're gonna feel fantastic. Start small. If you haven't been walking at all, try today to get 2,000 or 3,000 steps. I have a gal that's with us. Her name is Raven. Oh my gosh, she started a year ago, last November, I think it's been, or no, it was last August. She is down massive weight, full carnivore. She literally could not walk from her garage or her car into my gym. From here, she now has a full-time job. She's a teller at a bank, walks all day long, and she's hitting 15 and 20,000 steps a day. You guys, her legs, she was so full of lymphedema. She had water and fluid and 29 medications over 40 years, sicker than a dog. She is healthy, her hair's growing, she's glowing. Like, these testimonies are worth so much in weight if you just get started. So get those steps in. Again, small goals. Maybe it's gonna be 500 extra steps. Then it's going to be 1,000 extra steps. Then we're going to go to 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. Set your baby goals and make it happen. Your meat-based diet. Okay, I have a lot of controversy here. I'm not even going to go into it because the program is built, the course is built. But the menu is what you follow. So eventually the shopping list and the things that are yes and no or whatever, you're going to learn that. But you're also going to learn that your body wants meat. Now, in the beginning, I know that there's people who believe in meat aversion. My thing is, if you're not wanting to eat meat, you're truly not hungry. So bypass the meal. Just don't eat. If you want to fast that day, fast. If you get to the point you haven't eaten in 3 or 4 days and you're like, hey, I just can't eat meat, then let's go to butter. Let's go to eggs. Let's make some alternative choices. But I will tell you, if you stick to the menu, you're going to accomplish this. And next thing you know, in 21 days, you're going to come back to me and you're going to be like, I'm so hungry, and it's because you're fat adapted. So now your body is burning its own fat. It's gonna start to lose the water. That's a false illusion of being full. You're gonna have great bowel movements. You're gonna have great urine. You're gonna feel good. You're gonna look good, and you're gonna glow, and your enthusiasm and your mental awareness and your mental health is gonna be shining big. But you have to do it. Quit seeking something that isn't in there, because if it was supposed to be there, I would have written it. Otherwise, get on this wagon, be faithful, and follow through. There's 2 F's for you. Okay, so you are meat-based only. If you're following this, you're beef, bacon, eggs, and butter. Okay, super easy peasy. I do have Fish Fridays. I also give you other days that have fish and shrimp and calamari or whatever it is you want. Lobster, you could have, what's the other one? Cod, like there's tilapia, there's so many different fishes. But I don't want you living on fish because it's not going to give you the vitamins and the supplements that come from red meat. So yes, you can have variety, but you also have to heal that liver, and the fish is not going to do that, which is why we start on beef. It's critical that you get the foundation first, those pillars built, and then from there you can do what you want to do. All right. Body transformation. This is the foundation of Coach Lisa's entire belief system. It has never mattered to me what I weighed on a scale. Even at 255, 260 pounds, I never cared. To be honest with you, it was just like, oh yeah, I'm a big girl, whatever. But what has always bothered me and will always bother me for me and for you is your BMI, your visceral fat, and your muscle mass. So if you keep sending me these, hey, I dropped weight, I dropped weight, I dropped weight, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's good. I'm so proud of you, not disregarding it, because man, losing weight can be a real challenge, right? That's why we're all here, because we have to beat menopause, beat fatty liver disease, beat chronic illness and chronic pain. But I need to see your body fat, because if you come to me and you're like, hey, I lost 20 pounds. Okay, let's just go back to a start. You weigh 195, let's say, and you're 43% fat. 43% of 195 is the total fat inside your skin. And you come back and you go, I lost 20 pounds, now you weigh 175, and your body fat is 45%. We have an issue. We have a big issue. Not going to go for it. So yeah, you lost weight. Kudos. I'm proud of you. But what's going on here? Why did this body fat go up? I need it to go down. If you come back to me and you're 20 pounds down and you're 175 and this is down at 33%, Now we're talking success. Because if you don't get your body fat lower, you're not going to get your visceral fat lower, and you're not going to have lean muscle mass, because what's happening is that you've put your body into a starvation mode, and it's going to start living on lean muscle mass versus body fat. It takes fat to burn fat. So you've got to have the fat off the ribeye. You got to have the marbled meat. You want to buy fattier ground meat, grass-fed. Do your best. Stay away from all processed meats, all, like no lunch meat at all, unless it's a natural roast beef that you made, right? And you know where it came from, you know how it was fed, you could slice it up. You're not even eating sandwiches, so I don't even know why you would need lunch meat. And we're doing no dairy, absolutely zero. I do have people that come back and they're like, yeah, but it's only raw milk. Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you about it. If you choose to do it, that's your call. But I'm asking you to get very, very dedicated to change your lifestyle. This is huge, you guys. If you're always looking to go back to the island of pain as a bridge, as a coach, I can't get you to the island of gain if you're constantly hanging on to that island of pain. I need you to surrender that. Follow the directions and let me coach you across to the other side. I don't want you bringing any pain with you. I want you to have complete gain. And by having complete gain, you're going to gain lean muscle mass, you're going to lose body fat, you're going to lose visceral fat, and you're going to gain your life back. That's why we named it Life Back System. This is a place where you get that energy, you get that vitality, your longevity, you feel great, flexibility, mobility, like it's amazing, and I need you guys there. So you're going to focus on body transformation for like the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I have to get you to a point that you're so stable that you don't fall off the wagon. If you ever did fall off for whatever reason, you caved, you ate that cake, you went to a wedding, you drank, then very next day, for 3 days, you're going to suffer the consequences of those choices. It's no different than if you catch your child sneaking out a bedroom window, there's consequences, right? So it's the same thing for you. Start disciplining that heifer inside of you. Start taking care of you. If you can take care of you, if anything in this world that happens, you're going to be self-sufficient and you can help other people. But if you can't even take care of yourself for whatever reason, you're on oxygen, you're stuck in a bed, you're handicapped, whatever it is, how the heck, A, are you going to defend yourself? And B, how are you going to help somebody else? Literally, let's turn the physical into the spiritual. How do you give service? How do you take care when you are not even doing yourself? These are simple steps that are going to get you to success. All right, let's talk about the mental goals. This, you guys, I would love to flip it upside down, turn it sideways, add one in front, one behind, but the truth is they are all equally important, which is why we do this. We have mind, and then we have body, and we have spirit, because these things are what work together to make us a whole human. So we look at our mental goals. I'm gonna give you some suggestions. You make your own goals. You set your own time frames. You add as many as you can handle. I don't wanna overwhelm you. People who have anxiety, we're gonna get rid of your anxiety, and you're gonna come back to me going, girl, I had 9 things this week. You would not believe the success stories of people who have walked away from MS, anxiety, gallbladder, pancreas, cancer, kidney disease, liver disease, literally healing one person after another. The testimonies are amazing. So let's look at our mental goals. If you do not currently do anything besides sit on the couch and watch movies, which does not count, for your mind, you've got to get up and have an active rest day. Take a walk, get outside, get nature, do your grounding, enjoy the sun. The sun is not dangerous for you. It is a good thing. Read a book, find a hobby, sew, knit, craft, bake, whatever it is. Just because you're baking does not mean you have to eat it. You can still make something healthy for somebody else. Do I recommend it? No. But if that's your passion, that's your business, right? Like we have one gal, she makes truffles for a living. She is full carnivore. She does not eat her truffles. She does not put sugar in her body. I would love to say, hey, don't put sugar in other people's bodies either, because our mission is to change this world, and it starts with one person at a time. But she enjoys it. So that's her business. Find a hobby. hobby, a sport. Maybe you love pickleball, bowling, whatever it is. Get active. Find something to do on your active rest day, which why does that have to do with your mental? Because it's pleasurable. Remember, working out is not I have to. It's a gift to be able to get up. Maybe there's people in this world that would love to work out that don't have legs, don't have arms, they've been wounded at war, whatever it is. You have to remember, you are blessed to still be able to move. You are still breathing. So that means there's still time to do some healing. So get up and get a sport. Social media, you guys, this is a long topic. I'm not going to go deep into it. Social media is unbelievable. It is so destructive to your mind. It creates depression, anxiety, fear of missing out, which is the new, like a bipolar type term. It's FOMO. People are seeing other people doing things and they're like, man, my life is boring. I never get to do anything. Comparison, judgment, whatever it is. The next thing you know, you're losing yourself in that person's life. Turn your social media off. I mean, literally off. And you're going, yeah, Coach Lisa, you're on there all the time. I always see you on there. You guys, I actually am on there to build a business. I am on there to help save lives. If you're on there for that same purpose, you're selling your business, you're doing oils, whatever it is, by all means, do it. And then get off, take a break. I have watched my screen time. It's actually set on my phone. And I've gone so far down. I get in there, I get done. Sometimes it's a little bit later at night before I go to bed. I get my social media done. I'm done and I'm off. We do not need to be comparing ourselves to other people. And to be honest with you, since you invested in this course, you don't need to be out there sending me links of stuff of other people, what they're doing. Because to be honest with you, I've already explored it all. I've already taken the classes. I've already got my certifications. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. There are so many motivating things out there, but motivation comes from putting one foot in front of the other, having a perfect mindset that you are going to do what you said you were going to do. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. From there, we have long-term outside mindset goals. Now, what does that mean, right? Like you're like, wait, long-term? So we have short-term goals. You know, in 21 days, you're going to do this. In 90 days, you're going to be a new you. You're going to have new red blood cells. You're going to have new cells development. We work at a cellular level. That's the renewing. We're going to resolve a lot of problems that you have. We're going to rebuild or restore those things, and then we're going to rebuild who you are. Okay, so that's your 90-day goal. What is your 6-month goal, your year goal, your 5-year goal? Where do you want to be? Whose lives are you going to be touching? What's your service? This is a package deal. So I want you setting some long-term outside your comfort zone mindsets. So what does that mean? Well, it means that I'm going to start inspiring other women. I'm going to maybe start sharing the word of God. I'm going to, whatever it is, I'm going to teach a preschool class. I don't even know what your passions are. You want to go back to school and get a CNA degree, like whatever it is. You want to write a child's book or write your own life, turn it into a novel. But you have got to get off social media and put your life to work. Why? Because that is your footprint you're going to leave here when you go home at your funeral. You want to have some long-term outside your comfort zone goals so that you could go back and say, and somebody's going to say, yeah, she's that lady that did blah, blah, blah. Not for the recognition, but for the humanity, right? We're healing humanity. So this is what you want to do. This morning, I had a great talk with EJ. Now, you guys, we do coffee together every morning, 5 mornings a week. Well, Cody comes back tomorrow. And of course, some of that is going to change because she won't be available. But I have sincerely loved the last 90 days with my daughter at a level that I never had before. It has been so different. Sometimes it's just quiet. Both of us are having our coffee. We're just quiet. We talk about, scripture. We talk about life. We talk about love. We talk about relationships, heartaches. We talk about our siblings, whatever it is. We talk about the people that we miss. But the coolest thing is this morning she said, Mom, it's really sad when people get old and they're has-beens. And I was like, yeah, I can relate to that. And she goes, no, seriously. I go, yeah, I'm hearing what you're saying. She's like, they hang on to who they were. Right? Like maybe for me, I was an explosive engineer. I went around the world. I was #1 out of 8 billion people in this world. #1 explosive. That's huge. Had a TV show, did lots of accomplishments. Before that, I had 118 health clubs. I overcame that. I had, oh my gosh, I used to see anywhere from 4,500 people a month, not including my, I don't even know, I probably had maybe 400 managers working underneath me, and I had probably 3,000 trainers working underneath me. Knew every single one of them by name. I knew their families. I was involved with them. But that's a has-been, right? And she goes, Mom, it's really sad when parents want to still be a part of their children's life, but really they're not who they were. They're just who they are now. And she's like, it really makes me sad. And I said, well, I hope you don't feel that way about me. And she was like, no. And she goes, I didn't say that against you. She goes, but it's amazing to me how you get up every day and you create something new. You're still leaving a mark every single day at 64 years old. She's like, here you are. You just started a whole new program. And I said, look at my dad. He's 92 years old and 1 month. And he just started a new business. He constantly takes musicians and gets them in work inside of restaurants, like lounges, that kind of stuff. He's a producer. He's always been this way. He had Marketing International. He loves to take people and connect them. And I just got through telling you, that's one of the things, it's my passion, right? So I didn't even know I was like the man that literally I called Hitler my whole life, that was so ridiculously strict. And here I am, I'm like a little clone of him, right? Sometimes something so close to us makes us very aggravated with it because we love it, but we also don't want to be like it, but then we end up just like it. A long time ago, back when I was 26 years old, I took a course, and I'm just gonna see if I could draw this for you right here. So the mom and dad, they get in a car, right? And in the car, the parent says, okay, now keep your eyes on the road. I'm not very good draw here. So this is my truck, right? Okay, so they're driving down the road, and here's your broken line, and here's the other side. And over here is a parked car, and a parked car, and a parked car. And then of course, this is the yellow line that we don't want to cross because we have oncoming cars, right? Now, the parent is like, oh my gosh, keep your eyes on the road. Don't hit that parked car. And the child goes, hit. And then they go a little further and they're like, oh, watch out for that parked car, hit. And then they go, watch out for the child standing on the corner. You don't want to hit them. So the minute something goes into your brain, you start looking for that pattern, and that is what you're going to hit. So it's the same thing with our parents. We're like, oh, I don't want to be like my parent, but we look at them every single day. I don't want to be, obese, but we watch obesity. So these things are what draw us. It's a pattern inside your brain. It draws you toward the things that you actually didn't want. Where if this particular child kept their eyes straight ahead and they really did focus on the line in the road, keeping it between the yellow lines, there's no way they're going to hit this car, and there's no way they're going to hit these. But over here, they have a target and they have a goal, and they're going for it. So you need to look at your long-term goals. You need to get yourself out of your comfort zone and focus on those long-term goals. And if you say, Coach Lisa, I don't know what my long-term goal is, that's okay. You probably need to explore some of your talents. You know what works for that is getting together with I have a life coach too, but there's people that you can get with and they will tell you what your talents are, like you're gifted at writing or you're gifted at service or whatever it is. From there, you can develop the actual category that you belong into, and you can set some long-term goals. So Coach Lisa, why are you sharing all of us to this? Because if you get your body right where you want it and your mind has no goals, the odds are you're going to go back to food. You're going to go back to where you're emotionally broken. You're going to go back to the things that you didn't like because that's all you know, and you're going to hit all of these stumbling blocks, which are mental blocks. So we break the mental blocks so that you can soar down the road, and in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you know who you are. So this morning when EJ said to me, she's like, yeah, you get up every day. Like you were a bodybuilder. Sure, you were explosive engineer. Yeah, you're a nutritionist. You do all this counseling and everything. She's like, but you didn't do it 10 years ago. 25 years ago, you're still doing it today. And I think that's really critical, is that we never give up on life. Wake up with a desire and a zest for life and passion every single day. And I'm gonna bring this all together for you, because in your mental goals, once you get your long-term goal set, let's just say for me, it's to die knowing that I was healing humanity, right? It's dying knowing that I was part of a group, which is a huge group, of moving the carnivore movement, the primal ways of life, the basic human diet back into existence, back to where we came from, healing humans. I'll take that on my deathbed. 100%. Lay me down to rest knowing that I did all I could to leave a footprint in the sand for healing humanity. I'm all about that, like 100% about it. I can't even tell you guys, because I still feel like, even though we have the carnivore community, we don't have mind, body, and spirit. We have one piece, and that's what you're eating. That is not gonna solve That's not going to solve mental health. It's going to help it. You're going to heal your gut, which is your first brain, but you're not going to have this movement moving forward like a revival. So let's take this down. Remember, short-term small changes are amazing. So you achieve it, you move forward. And this morning when I was writing this, I was thinking about the game Candyland, right? Or even Monopoly. We roll the dice and we move forward, right? We roll the dice, we move forward. I feel like here, when you roll the dice, you're rolling into small changes. So the change would be the movement, or the dice, and then you have achievement and you have move. Then you have an accomplishment and you have move. Then you have growth and you have move. You add more and you move. This is so critical to the development of your brain. Children who got stuck at their parents' divorce at 6, 7 years old, or maybe a death or a tragic accident, or maybe they saw something they shouldn't have seen, those kids get stuck there. They become adults with a child's mentality. We have to help everybody move forward. If you do small changes daily, you will achieve those goals, move forward. You're going to accomplish more goals, move forward. You're going to grow. Like, we want to not only grow old, but we want to grow in our brain. Now, you might be going, why? What does it matter? We're dying anyways. It matters because of the footprints that you're leaving behind for the next generations coming up. And when EJ said that today, man, it was so powerful to my heart. Like, literally, I thank God every day that that girl made it when I was 46 years old, because she feeds me. Like, literally, she was saying that to me. It was like, I'm so glad I'm doing this, not just for myself and not just for all of you, but for her. I'm leaving a legacy that whatever time, if I die today, she'll say, my mom said, never give up. And that is what I'm saying to you guys. Coach Lisa says, never give up. So get up, show up, and never give up. And remember, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ, right? Who strengthens me. All things. He doesn't say you can only do the certain things. He says all things. So you can get up and have physical goals. There's no excuses. You can have spiritual goals. There's no excuses. And you can have mental goals. There's no excuses. So you can do all things through He who strengthens you. So remember that. Put it on your wall, write it in your journal, get yourself whatever you got to do to get focused. And remember, I'm here to answer questions, to guide you, and to be that bridge from the island of pain to the island of gain, because I want you successful. The more successful you are, the more successful I am. And I don't say that boastfully, I say it very humbly, because healing humanity is going to be a huge, enormous job. And each of you are my partners in that. Every single one of you helped this course grow. So remember, we have a $500 payout if you refer to somebody and they sign up. $500 in your pocket. Right now, we've made a kind of a corporate decision as of yesterday. We now will be allowing the $3,000 enrollment until we hit 50 people. We are at 30. Once we hit 50, we're shutting that off and the price is increasing. So if you know anybody at all that you feel could benefit, invite them to a live. I will share the links to you, have them come there. I will definitely give them everything I give you. I'm not gonna hold anything back, but you have to remember, you invested in yourself, so you get me live. They won't, and they'll be able to come in on that Zoom, kind of get a feel what we're like. I know there's a lot of you who did the same thing. You're like, who's this lady? Should I trust her? I promise you, you've gotten more from me than I would ever get from you or you will ever get from anybody else. So have faith in that. It is fantastic, fabulous Family Fitness Friday. And I love you guys. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Focus. Do we have any other F's? Woo, I don't think so. Don't go too fast. Take your time. Absorb this. Know it. You should know it as well as you know the back of your hand. I love you guys. I will see you back on Monday. I'll be dropping your menu here shortly so you know what to get. Get set up for Sunday and get ready to roll. Take care. God bless. And be praying for our country. We definitely need it. Our president is a very sick man, and I wish I could go help him reverse his dementia. However, I'm here working on you. You guys work on you too. Remember, it's you versus you, and I'll see you back soon. Take care and God bless.